Hello all and welcome to Naya's segment. My name is Naya and what you are watching now is the first of many videos that are going to be coming your way about pretty much politics and lifestyle. Okay, in general everything, but mainly softcore politics and lifestyle or celebrity news. It's mainly an opinion based show, but I'm sure that we are going to have a lot of fun together. So kindly check in, subscribe, and like this video. Tap your notifications bell so that you never miss any new or upcoming videos in the future. Today, I would like to talk about three things. First of all, on top of the list is the beef between GNL Zamba and Navio and Gravity Omutujju. It has been going on for a while now, and as of right now, Navio and GNL are siding together against Gravity Omutujju. I believe that where it started from was okay. Brief background, yeah. So around 2008, 2007, GNL Zamba gets his first hit song. I think it was Soda Ginger Lady. So, well, his career kind of boomed. It skyrocketed at that time. All the way, he gave us quite a number of hit songs up to, I think, 2011, 2012. And then he went silent. Over he left the country. Over he went where? Eventually it was confirmed that he left the country, and he was on jail apparently. In 2016, I think, he started in Simbi with his wife Tamara, I think, and they started Afro fusion. I think that's the kind of music that he was doing. I was following him on YouTube and his Facebook. He opened a page in Simbi Music. I think that's what it's called. It was very nice music. I was thinking to myself, okay, we thought he had died out, but the guy is still on fire. So, fast forward 2019, I think. At first, the rumor was that he was going to do a show with Nsimbi, that is his wife and the band, in Uganda. I don't know what happened to that show, but next thing I heard, he was coming back to do music here in Uganda. And well, I thought to myself, well, I mean, that's fine. The industry has kind of evolved since that time, and a lot of new faces have come up, but that shouldn't be a problem, right? There's always enough space in the industry for everybody. Until I see beef. Yeah. Okay, the first post that I saw, and I have a gut feeling that beef started way before I saw that post. But Garrett Jomutuju posted, and he goes like, this is to Nkoko Nzungu, what? And he was referring to Navio, and then Big Pig, and he put in brackets GNL. That was the addressee's name on top of the post. And then he goes on and on about how he's the king of hip hop. You know how beef goes. I am the best, and you guys, the rest are children. All of that nonsense. So I go like, wait, so serious? And I'm scrolling down my feed on Facebook, and I think that is why I delayed to see all of that beef, because I rarely be on Facebook. Anyway, so I'm scrolling down. Next thing I see is GNL's post, and GNL. Okay, one thing that is surprising about him is that sometimes he was really, really mature about all of those things in his posts, and then sometimes he posts something and you go like, what the hell is going on here? Anyway, so in some post he was saying he needs to educate people about hip hop, routine, and the worst part about all of that is the fact that the fans enjoy it, right? there was a time when fans enjoyed beef, yeah, and beef was a good strategy for a person whose career was beginning to die down. People would resort to beef to get back the spotlight, right? And there was a time that people liked that. People liked all of those dissing songs. There was a time Radio and Weasel were going at it with Chameleon, with Bebe Cool, and people were so engaged, you could tell. But I didn't think that today still people would still enjoy such. I personally thought that we would have evolved a bit since then to a more sensible approach to music. Anyway, when you read through the comments to GNL's and Gravity's posts, you really see that the fans are really, really, really entangled in that nonsense, and they are fueling a fire that shouldn't have been in existence in the first place. And that is not even the worst part. Just when I thought, okay, this is between those two, and well, the ghetto will remain the ghetto, but I see something that I entirely did not expect, and this is Navio on YouTube. Um, they were interviewing him, and he said that, of course, at first, being the more mature of the three, I think that he handled it better. But I think he also had his breaking point, because I was seeing another video and he was saying for him his music is in 35 countries. He has the ability to go to literally any crowd and rock them equally. And unlike Gravity, whose music is not even in 35 districts, I think he said districts. And he said that the scope of Gravity's music is from over South Kawempe to Southeastern Tinda, and that is it. So I was thinking to myself, Jesus. And he was saying he needs to educate him. Oh, but on that part he was actually a bit serious, or so I thought. He was saying he needs to educate him on how to, break into the international market and make it outside of Kampala. On one hand, minus pan or beef or whatever, I think that is what it should be about, yeah? It should be about challenging each other and learning from each other. Although, the way you say it matters also. Anyway, so I'm still waiting to see the last post that I saw. GNL went to his Facebook and said that it gets serious when your rival starts to attack your personal side, when they are attacking your mother, when they are attacking your children. It starts to be less about healthy competition and to be more about actual beef. And he cited examples of Tupac and Biggie, who started, whose beef started as something small and then eventually it really spiraled out of control. Anyway, I hope that it doesn't go much further than that. It's already petty as it is, but if there is no actual imminent danger, then it is not really a problem. Okay, I've overdwelled on that. Let me move on to the second topic. Now, this one is about, of course, all of us were sad when Tamale Mirundi's show on NTV, on NBS, one-on-one with Tamale, was cancelled. And at first I thought it was the only show that was cancelled, only to find that all of his shows on other radio and TV stations were cancelled on order by the UCC as well. Now, of course, ever since then, Tamale Mirundi has been spitting blood and saying how the mafia finally got to him, and saying how they will not see the end of this and all of that. Well, as a person, of course, I was a very staunch follower of his show, I like his ideology. I like the way he articulates the things that he says. I do not always subscribe to his school of thought, but I think that he has a way of analyzing things. So when his show was cancelled, as a person, I was not very happy. But also, what stuck out for me was the fact that his host, Haj Kaziwe Mbazira, also left with him. And I didn't even know that part. I didn't know that he left MBS. I don't even know if it's actually true. But I saw a video on YouTube, and he was saying that, of course, indirectly, like he didn't explicitly say, but he was saying that there's a lot of injustice going on in the country, and he went on and on about the fact that the very things that were happening in the 70s, some of the worst political times in Uganda here, are happening all over again. And he was expressing his surprise that people are not rising up this time, and yet it's the very same things that are happening. So I had a feeling that it was partly to do with the show that he used to host. I do not know the connection properly yet. I will talk about it when I get more information. But as a person, I don't know why it's getting very, like, everybody's getting more political. And I'm saying this partly from a biased point of view, because right after that I was watching Bobby Wine's Freedom online show, which he did on his yacht, by the way. That was really, really cool. And he had Jose Sachs and Aziz Azion and Nubi and the beautiful musicians. It was a nice show, but kind of the turn off for me again was the fact that they kept politicizing everything. Every after a song, whoever got chance to talk in between songs was all talking about politics and Richie and Bichi. I do love Bobby Wine, I do, but I think that there has to be, about what? Like, there has to be a point where you over give credit where it's due, and that is one problem that I've always had with Ugandan politicians, opposition politicians in particular, because it's as if they told them that when you are in opposition, you never have to say anything good about the reigning government, right? And I don't think that it's right. Anyway, disclaimer again: this is not a political show. I'm just saying. Anyway, the show was beautiful, but the fact that there was so much political talk. Keep in mind, some of us are not even politicians. Like, so all we want to do sometimes is enjoy a nice show, and the fact that there was a lot of politics in between songs, which is no wonder the name Freedom Concert, Freedom Show, whatever. Anyway, on to the third thing that I wanted to talk about. Tina Fierce's show on Urban was also overstopped. I heard that it was stopped, and this time I heard that the reason was not even politics. The reason was cyberbullying. Sheila Gashumba and God's Plan used their connections to have the show stopped because of things that Tina Fierce may or may not have said on the show that triggered cyberbullying on Sheila Gashumba's part. I don't know the details of what happened. What I do know is the fact that Sheila Gashumba has been in show business for so many years. The fact that up to this day she's not used to the way showbiz goes, and in Uganda it's even low key. There are places in Hollywood it's very, very serious, and those days, those ends, the press has so many rights, and of course, unless they are trespassing on your properties, there's literally nothing you can do, and they get to say anything about you and all. So something as small as Tina Fierce saying something on her show. It's her show, one. Two, it's her job. That's what she does. Like, it's her job to entertain in that way. Like, I don't see, if I were a celebrity, I don't think that I would make it a big deal. Like, first of all, she's helping your limelight because Sheila Gashumba as herself, she's not a musician, she's a TV presenter. I don't know what shows she does now. She's pretty much a socialite, and my definition of socialite is those people that you don't know exactly what they're doing in the limelight. They have got their money and they make appearances all over the place, and the press makes it a big deal when they appear somewhere. Yeah, that's my definition of socialite. Anyway, I would think that a person like Sheila Gashumba needs all the press that she can get, right? I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know the details. I may be terribly mistaken, by the way, but I don't think that it is anything to overreact about for a person that has been in the spotlight ever since she was really young. The role of the press and for some of those people, their job is to make money. For people like me, like, we talk about these things. That's what we do. Yeah, and not all of it is based on fact. Sometimes we may be grossly mistaken, but it's entertainment. Yeah, we get to express our thoughts and opinions in any way that we want. So I think that she overreacted. Anyway, they used their connections and the show was stopped. Very nice show also, and some people are celebrating and jubilating. And I'm thinking, we are terribly going off track. Like, some of those shows need to remain so that. Yeah. Last and not least, I want to talk about the fact that opposition politicians are opposing the idea of scientific elections. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they're doing that. I feel like the government came up with standard operating procedures for this election, as they did for everything else. So I don't know why opposition politicians are taking it that the government is trying to deny people, especially to sabotage efforts of opposition politicians to get into their desired offices. I think that it's absurd. Okay, fine, it's affecting them, but then again, it's affecting everybody. You, in Bobby Wine's exact words, he said, the government is denying people an opportunity to get all the information that they need to make such important decisions, yeah, while they are voting. And I think that on one hand, he does have a point, because the conventional means of campaigning a lot of them are not going to be appropriate and in line with these standard operating procedures. But then again, those protocols really affect literally everybody that is campaigning, whether in opposition or with the ruling party. So I don't know. As a person, I do not agree, and I think that because there is suggesting the problem, if they have a better way to go about it, then. And people keep saying this thing of Mbombo people are in Chikubo, they are there congested on a daily basis, and the government is not doing anything about it, but they are still closing other places. Well, fine, there may be, and that's no excuse to open more target areas, like potentially harmful areas. I think that what the government should be working on is to make Chikubo safer, not to open other places like it. Anyway, again, those are just my thoughts. So that is the end of the show today. If you are new and you like more of this Lugambo, like this video and subscribe, turn on your notifications so that you do not miss any other video. My name is Naya, and see you on the next episode.